folks, Dave here, today taking a look at the massive patch number 7 for the tactical World War II FPS Hell Let Loose. Not only is this yet another update that brings with it a new massive scale map, but this update also comes with huge changes to the game's lighting, animation, and sound systems. Probably some of the largest overhauls for this game's mechanics since it first entered early access. Obviously for most players, both old and new, the most exciting part of this update is going to be the Carentan map, which is one of the largest urban maps in the entire game, and honestly quite a feat that it's even possible to get this in a game. If you guys look at the tactical overview map here, this map is insanely large, and the only things that you can't access are the devs were pretty creative here and made a number of the back gardens inaccessible so that they could actually have a large portion of the city as a whole playable on this map. Before we check out Carentan though, let's take a closer look at all of the under the hood work that these devs have been working on over the last couple of months. Patch number 7 brings with it a complete overhaul of both the first person and third person animation systems. Not only does Hell Let Loose have a new ballistic system, but it has a new animation blending system for all of these new animations to really help them look a lot more seamless and less stiff. Just as an example, as your soldier comes to a stop and aims his weapon, no longer will the game have to try and figure out which animation to start and stop at which point, but it will seamlessly blend both the legs, the torso, the arms, and the aiming animations together to make it look much smoother. This also means that you're going to see different versions of these animations as the blends are going to be dynamic as you're playing. The devs also point out that a lot of the weapons, including for example in the dev blog video, the MP40, have been reworked with new models and new textures, and also feature idle animations and new custom effects like having blood on your weapon if you've survived a wound. Again, this is some really amazing AAA quality detail for a game that is still technically in early access. All of these new models, textures, and animation blending systems are going to see those improvements in those first-person animations as well as the third-person animations as you're looking at your teammates and your enemies. And while I didn't see this specifically mentioned, I noticed that the ragdolls in this game seem to have gotten a really nice improvement as well, with some really amazing ragdolls that I saw while recording the footage for this video. They're surprisingly weighty and realistic. We've come a long way from Battlefield 2 with those floppy ragdolls flying through the sky. This update also brings large improvements for the sound systems in Hell Let Loose, fixing some of the major bugs that cause sounds to glitch or not repeat correctly, but also bringing, again, more dynamic and deeper sound options. Gun sounds, for example, are no longer limited to just the individual samples that the devs have recorded. Instead, they can actually use the different types of the gunshot effect, the bass, the high-end frequencies, and those are mixed together dynamically depending on your environment as well as the caliber of the weapon to create different sounding sound effects basically every time you pull the trigger and every time you're in a different environment. Snowy, city, forest, field. Besides just being an extra level of incredible detail for this game, this is also going to help you identify weapons based specifically on their caliber and fire rate. Outside of these large system overhauls, the game has seen a complete overhaul of its in-game tactical maps, as well as lighting and balance changes for a number of the classic Hell Let Loose maps that have been launching in the previous updates. Maps like Foy, for example, have completely overhauled lighting now, which looks incredible. Some of my squad that was playing this for the first time with this update were amazed as we headed through the snowy forest, as it really felt like you had just dropped yourself right into the middle of an episode of Band of Brothers. Finally guys, before I roll some gameplay for you from this update, let's take a closer look at the Carentan map. This is of course a critical battle during the liberation of France. And if you look closely at this tactical overview, you can see how closely the devs have once again recreated one of these famous World War II battlefields. Carentan features both a large amount of capture points inside the city and out, with the north side of the city featuring the canal and the south side the open farmland. Depending on which mode you're playing, this map has a huge variety of locations to fight over and some of the most tense urban combat. Again guys, I think this map is just a feat for the fact that it exists at all. This game is really starting to push things as far as how detailed and large these World War II battlefields can get. Of course, updates this large and this frequent do come with some downsides. Update 7 here has been plagued with some nasty FPS drop bugs, including one that made Carentan basically unplayable for a couple of days after launch, as your FPS would hit usually 6 or 5, especially actually if you had a higher end system. This glitch would show up and then you would eventually crash to desktop. But a hotfix came out just a couple of days after the initial patch launch and things are a lot better. And I haven't seen a crash since that hotfix came out. So again, props to the devs for the incredible amount of work and love going into this game. This is absolutely a labor of love, and also for all of their hard work trying to get these hotfixes out and keeping the game running smoothly for as many players as possible. If you guys want to try it for yourself, you just missed out on the free weekend. Unfortunately, I couldn't get this video up over the weekend because of the FPS glitch, but make sure you guys add it to your favorites list, or watch here in this video as I have hidden one full key for the game somewhere in there for you to find and use for yourself. Full copy of the game provided by the devs. A big thank you to them once again. So there you guys have it. Hell Let Loose continues to greatly impress. Hope you guys enjoyed this look at the patch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Got him.
Good job. I was literally tank cover right here. I'm like, oh my god.
Like, you just imagine how much rock shrapnel just hit you in the face because I sprayed that fence right in front of you. Your eyes are now bleeding, but you know, you're alive.
To the right side. Dude, if you crawl to me, you should be in cover as long as teammates are still around holding it.
I'm reviving.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. There's a vehicle here too. Go past, go past, go past. Oh! Squad. Oh my gosh. Oh, Pongo, they're all outside the gate. Don't look.
Close your eyes. Pongo. They won't see you if you don't see them.
I got the guy, but my bad.
I feel you.
They're coming around back here.
Oh crap, they captured a train station behind us.
It's close, be careful.
All that was. Got one.
Yeah, it looks clear back here.
Where should we spawn, Dave? In the town center?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Then we'll probably make our way out and cover that street that you're on. Actually, it'd be nice if we could find like a good spot to set up like a machine gun nest and put some sandbags down. The engineer class hold an entire street.
2 on that corner. Ooh, that arty strike. Right on top of him.